Boy, this COVID situation has really rocked the world, and whether you believe it's as serious as the media portrays it to be, or you don't, one thing I don't think you can deny is that there's been a change in our society, in our environment, and I'm talking about worldwide. And what I'm talking about is fear, and it's literally gripping people, and it's to the point where some are paralyzed. They don't even want to, they're afraid even to leave the house. Fear, as I understand it, it has torment. And there are a lot of tormented people today in our society just living on the edge. They're just ready to pop. Uh, I've had the privilege of traveling here the last 3 or 4 months during this, and I've seen the changes. I've been to large airports throughout the United States, our larger cities. I've had the opportunity to be with all kinds of people from all over the United States and the world as well. And and as I've watched people, especially in my travels, it's really it's sad and it's disheartening what I've observed, and I'm sure you've seen some of the same things. But I have seen people traveling literally dressed in hazmat suits. I have seen families, little kids that were dressed in what looked like hazmat suits they had their wrists uh, taped, the materials from the sleeve taped to their wrist, and they had gloves on and taped around their ankles and taped around the neck and closing it. And they had the hoods on and the shields and the masks. And honest to gosh, I have seen all kinds of different garb that people are wearing in order to protect themselves from this nefarious virus that's floating around and waiting to attack and capture its next victim. I've seen people standing in queue in lines and moving away from people if they feel that the person next to them, beside them, in front of them, wherever they may be, are getting too close. I have seen people actually come to fight. I mean, fisticuffs. They were physically attacking another individual because of what he or she had said, what they didn't have on, or how close they'd gotten without retreating. This is fear. This is fear, and it is probably the single most powerful weapon that can be used against man. It has torment. We've had patients, parents that have come in that are gripped with fear about sending their child back or sending their children back to school. And on the flip side, we've had others that, they can't wait for their children to go back to school. They have no problem with it. It is a mindset, and that mindset is based upon what you know and what you don't know. So that's the point of this video. What I want to do, and in following videos, what I'd like to do is to help you. I want to help you. And look, if you are sitting and watching this video, I've got good news for you. You're alive. And there's a reason you're alive. Even though you're living in the same world that I'm living in and you're exposed to the same viruses and bacterias and all the other garbage and boogers that are in the air that we come in contact with on a regular daily basis, the good news is you're still alive. And that's because of your immune system. That's because of the power within you. That's because you're in a fearfully and wonderfully made creation that has been designed and has been programmed to stay alive, to stay well. And if you are concerned about this, well, I mean, even if you're not concerned about it, you're still obligated to take care of yourself. You're still obligated to stay well. And that's what I want to do. I want to help you to stay well. It's a travesty because every time, and I'm not saying I don't, frankly, but every time I do watch or I do listen to the news report, I'm sitting in an airport waiting for a flight, and they've got their newscasts on. And I listen to what they're saying and what they're doing, and all they do is propagate fear. And that wears a person down. It really does. There's no good news. It's how many more people got it, how many more people dying from it, and this and that and everything else, and much of which, in my own opinion, I believe is manufactured and it's misinformation. How many new people have gotten it? Well, look, it's they tested positive. It's like everybody that walks by a fire that's burning, when they walk the other side and you're around them, they smell like smoke. That doesn't mean they've been burned. That doesn't mean they've been damaged. They smell like smoke. No other problem whatsoever. So simply when they wash and clean, they're fine again. Well, a lot of these people that have been tested, they've tested positive for COVID. Yeah, they smell like COVID, but they're not sick from it. And if they are, it's short-lived and they get over it. That's such good news. It's something that you think the people would jump on and go, "Oh my gosh, people are living through this. How are they doing it? And how are they overcoming it? Yeah, I know they had a fever, they had a cough for a while, but now they're all better. How'd they do it?" Well, that's what I want to do. I want to share with you steps that you can take so that you and your loved ones, your family, your friends, whoever, they can stay well through this, because there's another day coming. And once you get through this one, there's going to be another one, I promise you, that's going to be waiting down the pike for you, another virus or another pandemic or whatever they come up with, because there's nothing new under the sun, and your body has the ability to be well, and that's what I want to do. um, I want to help you get well. My buddy reminded me that COVID is the new cure. He says, ever since COVID's come out, nobody's died from cancer, heart attacks, Alzheimer's, coronary heart disease, diabetes, nothing. Everybody's dying of COVID. So, hey, all we've got to do is kind of harness COVID, because and the small amount that are dying, and I'm not belittling that, but I will tell you this, since I'm on that, uh, people are afraid of dying from COVID. Okay, and I understand that, and I appreciate that. But I've got news for you. Everybody, me, you, everybody is going to die. From the little babies to the elderly, we're all appointed to die. It's not, and that's really, you should be concerned about what comes after that. And but everybody's going to die of something. It's either going to be a heart attack, or it's going to be old age, or it's going to be, uh, diabetes or Alzheimer's, or you're going to go out shopping and some disgruntled individual is going to come in and they're going to take aim at you and take you out, or you're going to be driving down the highway and some young individual is going to be texting instead of operating that vehicle that's coming in the opposite direction. They're going to take you. The point I'm trying to make, and I'm not trying to be morbid, but I'm trying to awaken you to reality. We're all destined, we're all appointed to die. See? We're not going to escape it. Got it? Because if they do come up with a vaccine that cures COVID, which they won't, you'll never totally eradicate it. Um, there's going to be something else that's going to take people out. All right? Okay. So anyway, getting back to the situation here, of all of the industrialized nations in the world, the United States is the sickest. That's a travesty. We throw so much money toward healthcare that's obviously not getting the job done. And instead of encouraging people to do something that are alive, to do something to improve their life, we're just throwing another band-aid. Hey, take a vaccine, as if that's going to do the job, and it's not. See? We are the sickest of the industrialized nations. I think, if memory serves, we have over 46% of our population right now is obese. I'm not talking about just overweight, I'm talking about obese. And with that comes a myriad of comorbidities, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes. I mean, you name it, knee replacements, hip replacements, because they're obese. And the research now is showing us that if you are obese, your propensity to succumb to COVID is like 5 times greater or something. And I don't want to get into those stats right now, but look, that's where we live. And in the United States also, I think the average is 70 years and older. Those individuals average about 5 to 8 medications. They're on 5 to 8 different meds at the same time. It's ridiculous. We have obese kids. We have and we have a sick society. That's what I wanted to get to. So hey, if you're already sick to begin with, and a new sickness comes your way, logic would dictate you're more apt to get that sickness. See? And that's what's happening. So instead of the news, doing this public service to us, instead of these doctors getting on there and telling this all this garbage news that's making us sicker just by hearing it, instead of them doing it, you'd think that they would get on and say, well, look, this is the good news. This is what we can do. See, we can help you to get healthier. Well, that's what I want to do. I want to help you get healthier so that you can enjoy the best performance of your life, because that's what your body wants to do. And we're gonna get on with that. But I wanted to remind you of who you are and the potential that you already possess. All right. So I hope you look forward to that, because I'm going to be sharing with you some information that is going to be profitable, it's going to be powerful, and it's going to help you to achieve just what I said a few moments ago, the best performance of your life. That's my goal. And you know, it's power that you'll have within your own grips, what you can do today to make your tomorrow even better than today is. Okay? And to ensure that you'll have a better tomorrow to look forward to, because you're going to be healthier in it. Hey, thanks for allowing me to share this information with you. And I'd love to hear your comments if you have any regarding it, or any questions you might have. Please feel free to write them down below, and I'll try to answer any and every one of them just as quickly as I possibly can. So, and if you feel this was valuable, share it with others so that they can join in too, okay? So until the next video, and as always, God bless.